Imagine waking up every morning and having no idea what year it is. You look in the mirror, and the face staring back at you is a stranger's. You're 27 years old in your mind, but the mirror shows someone in their 50s. This wasn't a movie. This wasn't a nightmare. This was every single day, for 55 years, for a man named Henry. Henry Gustav Molaison was born in 1926 in Hartford, Connecticut. By the time he was 10, he'd started having seizures. By 16, they were happening almost every day, full blackouts, convulsions, violent enough to make normal life impossible. Doctors diagnosed him with severe epilepsy. By his late 20s, no medication could control it. In 1953, Henry was 27 years old and desperate. He was referred to a neurosurgeon named William Beecher Scoville at Hartford Hospital. Scoville had a radical idea. The seizures seemed to originate from a small structure deep inside Henry's brain, called the hippocampus. His solution? Remove it. On September 1, 1953, Scoville drilled into Henry's skull and removed large portions of the hippocampus from both sides of his brain. The seizures? They got better, but something else happened, something nobody expected. Henry woke up after surgery and seemed fine. He could speak. He remembered his childhood. He knew who his parents were. His personality was intact, but within hours, the doctors noticed something deeply wrong. He couldn't remember anything new. Not conversations from 5 minutes ago. Not faces he'd just seen. Not what he'd eaten for breakfast. Every single new memory vanished, like water poured into sand. Neuroscientist Brenda Milner began studying Henry, and what she found would completely rewrite how we understand the human brain. Until Henry, scientists thought memory was stored everywhere in the brain, distributed, vague, general. Henry proved that was wrong. The hippocampus, it turned out, is the brain's memory transfer station. It takes short-term experiences, things happening right now, and converts them into long-term memories that last. Without it, every experience evaporates the moment it's over. Henry couldn't form a single new long-term memory for the rest of his life. Henry lived like this for 55 years. Every morning, he woke up thinking it was 1953. Every time he looked in the mirror, he was shocked by the old man looking back at him. He could read the same magazine article over and over and find it fresh every time. He was never bored. He was never jaded. He just couldn't hold on. But here's where it gets extraordinary. When researchers asked Henry to trace a star inside a mirror, a tricky, frustrating skill that takes practice, he got better at it every session. But every session? He had no memory of ever doing it before. His hands remembered. His brain did not. This told scientists something groundbreaking. There are multiple types of memory, and they live in different parts of the brain. The hippocampus handles facts and events. But muscle memory, habits, skills? Those live somewhere else entirely. Henry, known in scientific literature only as HM until after his death in 2008, became the most studied individual in the history of neuroscience. Over 12,000 scientific papers reference his case. Because of him, we know, memory is not one thing. It's a system. The hippocampus is the gateway to long-term memory. You can lose your past, but still learn new skills. Identity and memory are deeply, and dangerously, intertwined. And because of him, we now understand conditions like Alzheimer's disease, amnesia, PTSD, and how trauma rewires the brain. Henry never knew he was famous. Every researcher who visited him was, to him, a stranger. Every breakthrough he inspired, he never remembered contributing to. But here's what stays with me about his story. Henry taught us more about memory than almost anyone in history, while being unable to make a single one. And somewhere in that tragedy is everything we need to understand about what makes us us.